Alright, hello there guys, welcome back to another video, and we are back today doing another tier list. The reason why I haven't seen the first one that I did is because I have to work on the audio. So today's tier list for the NFL, this is while I'm waiting for other videos, is we're going to do backup quarterbacks. And if I think they can be a starter down the line. So I just want to do a disclaimer quick. Some of the guys listed in this video, or in on this list are currently starters, so I will kind of, disregard that and we'll go from there. But I got this inspiration last night, so we're gonna start with Mitch Trubisky. I think Mitch Trubisky could win a game or two for Buffalo. I think he's a good backup quarterback. I don't think he's good enough to maybe get a chance to be a starter again, but I think he's a good quarterback. Quinn Ewers, Quinn Ewers is in the same boat. I know right now he's currently the starter for Miami, but this was last updated on the 31st of August, and it was the most recent one I could find with backups. So I think he could win a game or two. But actually, I'm gonna bump him to starter potential because like he is a starter. That's what I'm gonna do for like all the guys on this list who are currently starters. Is I'm just gonna put them in starter potential because like they're starting right now. Zach Wilson, I think, is Mr. Clipboard. I think the Jets forever tainted him. I don't think the re there's a reason Quinn Ewers is starting over him. I don't think he's gonna really be all that. So I think he's just gonna be Clipboard. Josh Dobbs, I think could win a game or two. Obviously, Drake Maye's a starter in New England. There's no denying that he is the starter in New England. But I think if May, like for example, they just won, as recording this video, they just won the AFC East, so I could see Dobbs start Week 18 and possibly win when they play Miami. Tommy DeVito, Mr. Clipboard, he showed he can start, but I think those were fluke runs. I don't think he really has the tools to be a long-term starter. Tyrod Taylor, I've been saying this for a while. I would have put Tyrod Taylor in GOAT status because it seems like no matter what he does, like he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's and I'm putting him in the GOAT because like I think he's one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. You give him time to be a backup quarterback, and I can tell you he is a really good quarterback. Like he's starting for the Jets right now with Justin Fields being terrible and hurt. Or well, he's hurt, so Brady Cook's been starting. But when Tyrod Taylor plays, good things mostly happen. It depends on the team he plays for. Jarrett Stidham, I think, I think under Sean Payton he could win a game or two. I don't think he's all that. Like I don't think he's a guy who obviously anymore like is a starting quarterback, but I think he could win a game or two if you needed him to. Gardner Minshew, I've been saying this. I'm a big Gardner Minshew guy. I think he has starter potential. I just think he has to go into the right team and the right system. I do think there is a chance next year because I think he signed a 2-year contract with the Chiefs. So I think there is a chance that if Mahomes misses the first chunk of next season, that Minshew would be the starter, and I think Minshew could win some games for the Chiefs. Kenny Pickett, future McDonald's worker. I don't see it. I don't see Kenny Pickett having a future in the league. He just every time he goes out there, he looks lost. He just doesn't look very good at all. Trey Lance, Mr. Clipboard, he had so much potential coming out of college, but he just hasn't aligned. I think he's a good enough. There's guys who I think they're good enough to be an NFL QB, and then there's guys who I think are good enough to be starters. I think he's just good enough to be in the NFL. Cooper Rush, we've seen it before that he could win a game or two, but this year with the Ravens, I'm gonna put him in this tier, but I think realistically He could be Mr. Clipboard, but with Dallas over the last few years, he came in and was electric for them. So anything's possible. Jake Browning, Mr. Clipboard, I would have put him in could win a game or two, but this year when he started in place of Joe Flacco, he was just so yeah. So yeah, I ain't counting on it. So Shador Sanders is a starter, so he's going on a starter potential. Dylan Gabriel, I'm just gonna put under too soon to call. I know he obviously still has a while before like, because obviously he isn't, you know, the starting quarterback. So I don't know. It's quite interesting. I do think he could down the line be something, but I just don't count on it. We're gonna go Davis Mills because we're just gonna go to Davis Mills right away. I'll go back to the other two. Davis Mills, I think I think he could be a starter. I think Davis Mills, if you give him a chance, he could be a starter somewhere. 3 games he came in for CJ Stroud this year. They won all those games, and he looked really good. So I think he could be a starting quarterback. Anthony Richardson, Mr. Clipboard. He had his chance to start. It didn't work out. He just does. I think he just lacks confidence. He doesn't have a strong arm, so I don't really think he's the guy there. I don't see it. I don't see how he's the guy. Like I don't see it getting better, but I also don't like see it getting worse either. Nick Mullins, I'm gonna put under. He could win a game or two. Nick Mullins always seems to win a game or two when he plays quarterback and stuff. So it's it's definitely interesting. Like I think he could win games, but I don't see it. Jeez, some of these guys I don't know. Although I think this is Trevor Siemian right here. I Trevor Siemian at this point, Mr. Clipboard, he's I would have put him in could win a game or two, but he just isn't like flashy enough. I feel like to be put in that situation. Joe Milton could win a game or two. I know Dallas has spoken highly of Joe Milton as a quarterback, and he had a good preseason, and now he's actually getting an opportunity to be a backup because we know he was the third string in New England last year during his rookie year, but now he's getting an opportunity to be a backup. And I think if that goes down, Milton could give you a good few games. Jameis Winston, oh, GOAT, great, fun backup, great personality. Realistically, could win you a game or two, but I'm going to put him in GOAT because it's Jameis Winston. This is another one. Jackson Dart, starter potential. He's a starter. He's a starter. He's the Giants starter, no questions asked. Sam Howell, yeah, this was made before that. Mr. Clipboard. He had potential. Now he just lacks it. He's not going to be much. He's currently the third string for the E. He is currently the third string quarterback for the Eagles. Marcus Mariota could win a game or two. He has not been the reason why Washington has struggled this year. He's been very good as Washington started this year in place of Jane Daniels. I don't think he could be starter potential, but I think he could be I think he can win you a game or two. Jacoby Brissett, go backup. Jacoby Brissett is just a really good quarterback. He's the starter right now for Arizona because Kyler Murray is hurt slash kind of got benched. So he's been the starter. He's been really good. I think he's just a goated backup. Jimmy Garoppolo could win you a game or two. He's not quite starter potential anymore because he is getting a little older. But I think you throw him out there for like 2 or 3 games, he could probably win you games. Mac Jones, starter potential. When he took over for Brock Purdy this year, he looked really good. And I think that going under Kyle Shanahan, because we saw it with Sam Darnold too. We saw it with Sam Darnold too in 2020 in 2023 with the 49ers, where going under Kyle Shanahan comes in and flips his whole trajectory around. And now, obviously, he's one of, the better backups in the league. I think he could be a starter next year. Drew Lock could win a game or two. He's done it before with Seattle. Jalen Milroe is too soon to tell. He hasn't played an NFL down yet. He's come. Case Keenum at this day and age is just a clipboard holder. He's older. He doesn't have a lot left in the tank. So I just think the Bears just, I think he's solid, but I don't think he's like all that. Tyson Bagent, though, could win you a game or two. He's been a good backup for Caleb Williams. He has been a really good backup for Caleb Williams, and I think that there's just, a lot riding on it. Kyle Allen is a clipboard. Not much of a future. Not much of a future for him. I just think that it's just gonna be nothing more. He showed potential in his first 2 years in the league, but other than that, nah. Malik Willis, starter potential. Malik Willis, in 3 starts for the Packers, and when he's had to come into relief, has looked really good for the Packers. And I think, especially after the game against the Ravens, he's locked himself into a heavy payday with a team to be a starting quarterback. Carson Wentz, he did it this year. Could win a game or two. I don't think he's a starter anymore, but he can win you a game or two if you need him to. Kirk Cousins, again, could win you a game or two if you really needed him to. Not much to say. Andy Dalton, again, could win you a game or two. He's old, but he can still somewhat play. Tyler Shook is a starter, so starter potential. Teddy Bridgewater, I think he could win you a game or two. I think he could win you a game or two, but I am not going to count on him winning a game or two for you. I mean, I've seen crazier. I really have. I've seen crazier. I really have. But like at the same time, it's like, like, what do you want to do with that? So, yeah. I'm having a hard time figuring out who those two down there are, but I think this is a good list. So let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.